हेलो एवरीवन, आज बात करते हैं आपकी स्पीकिंग की प्रॉब्लम्स और उनके कुछ सॉल्यूशंस के बारे में। क्या आपका भी स्पीकिंग में डिज़ायर्ड बैंड स्कोर नहीं आ रहा? क्या आपको भी टीचर 4, 5 या 6 बैंड ही दे रहा है? तो आज की वीडियो सिर्फ आपके लिए है। आज बात करते हैं उन कुछ टिप्स और टेक्निक्स के बारे में जिनसे आप स्कोर कर सकते हैं बैंड 7 या 7+। Today in this video we will talk about those 7 strategies which will help you to score band 7+. Shall we start? Let's get started. The most important strategy number 1, be natural. I repeat, be natural. The examiner wants to assess you based on your natural speech and not on the basis of your accent. किसी पर्टिकुलर एक्सेंट अमेरिकन या ब्रिटिश में बात करने की कोशिश ना करें। ऐसा करके आप अपना बैंड स्कोर बढ़ा नहीं रहे बल्कि घटा ही रहे हैं। एग्जामिनर चेक करता है आपकी प्रोनाउंसिएशन यानी क्लैरिटी ऑफ वॉइस विद इंटोनेशन। कोशिश करें कि आप क्लियर बोलें और जो वर्ड्स आपको इंपॉर्टेंट लगे उन पे स्ट्रेस ज़रूर दें। अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि ये हो कैसे? सराउंड योरसेल्फ विद द लैंग्वेज एज मच एज यू कैन. Try to listen to YouTube videos, observe your teachers and listen and see how they speak. Observe their pronunciation, whether they speak cycle or cycle, whether it's schedule or schedule. Learn this way and you learn quickly. इसी के साथ try to be natural. Don't run throughout your speaking. Maintain your natural speed. The speed with which you talk with your family, your friends and the people around you. The examiner is not testing your speed. He is testing your English ability. The second most important strategy, connect your ideas properly. Don't just give random ideas to the examiner because he'll be really confused. Give the main point followed by its explanation and then the example. This way the examiner will get what you are trying to say. And if you want to bring a shift in your idea, then use signposting language like moreover, furthermore, in addition, on the contrary. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Suppose the examiner asks you, how have computers influenced the human life? And you answer, computers have really made the human life easy. Complex calculations can be done in seconds. It used to take a lot of time before. It can create dependency and limit creative learning. Now, if you analyze carefully, the sentence is grammatically correct. But something is still missing. Do you know what? The answer is not properly linked. And this is the thing which the examiner wants. Why? Because it carries 25% of your score. So let's check what the correct version would be. You can say, computers have really made the human life easy. On the positive side, the complex calculations can be done in seconds, which used to take a lot of time before. But on the downside, it creates dependency and limit creative learning. तो देखा आपने कितनी इफेक्टिवली हमने अपने आंसर को कुछ कनेक्टर्स की हेल्प के साथ लिंक कर दिया। दिस वे एग्जामिनर आपको ज़्यादा स्कोर देगा। Moving on to strategy number 3, expand your answer relevantly. For example, the examiner asks you about your favorite sports person and you start talking about the game he plays and keep on talking about the game only, then that answer is off topic. For example, let's say you talk about Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is my favorite sports person. He plays cricket. Cricket is one of the most popular games in my country. It has 2 teams, each comprising of 11 members. Now this answer may be grammatically correct, but still there is something missing. You know what? The answer is not relevantly correct. Why? Because I am not answering the demand of the question. The question asks me to talk about my favorite sports person only, but I am talking about the game he plays. Right? So let's correct this answer. So Virat Kohli is the sports person whom I admire the most. He is not only known for his leadership but also decision making skills. He is a team player. He always motivates his team members to perform their best. So देखा आपने कितनी आसानी से हम आंसर्स को रेलेवेंटली एक्सपैंड कर सकते हैं और तो और इसी के ही आपको एग्जामिनर मार्क्स देगा। चलिए अब बात करते हैं स्ट्रैटेजी नंबर 4 की. मेक यूज ऑफ रेलिवेंट एग्जाम्पल्स. Yes, justify whatever you are trying to say with the help of an example, but be careful. Your example should be linked with your ideas only. इसको समझते हैं एक example के साथ. If the examiner asks you, do toys help in children's development? And you answer, yes they do. They are very crucial for a child's growth. For example, I have a nephew at my home. He plays with abacus and this way he doesn't bother his parents and stays busy for most of the time. Notice the example carefully. Is it relevant? Think again. It's not. Why? Because it does not answer the demand of the question. The question asks how toys help in children's development. But I am talking about the toy which keeps my child busy. So this way the example is wrong. Let's correct it. Toys aid in children's overall growth. For example, my nephew is 5 years old. He plays with abacus often, because of which his mental concentration and motor skills have been developed. He is able to count as well as he can do small calculations like addition and subtraction. So did you notice how relevantly I have answered the question? Because of the help of a relevant example. So this way you can also score your dream score. Moving on to strategy number 5. You can use informal language like contractions and idiomatic vocabulary, which will enhance your score. But be careful, don't use slangs like wanna, gonna and so on. Contractions like don't, which is a contracted form for do not, won't, which is a contracted form for will not, and so on. Let's understand with the help of an example. Say, you have to say, I will not go to his party. That seems a bit more formal, right? Let's make it informal. I won't go to his party. This way the sentence becomes even more effortless. Did you notice that? Along with it, using idiomatic language will also boost your score to a higher level. Learn the most common idioms by heart and use them wherever necessary. Let's learn this through an example. For example, you have to say, studying physics is not really easy for me. You could say, studying physics is not my cup of tea. See, this easy it is. Let's try another example. You have to say, I haven't seen Harry for quite a long time. You could say, I haven't seen Harry for ages. Did you notice by using informal language how effortless our speaking has become, which will really give you a rise in your band score? Okay, so the next important tip, number 6, is avoid repetition and unnecessary pauses. Try not to use the same words which the examiner uses in his questions. Show him your command over the language. Show him how well you can play with words. And you can do this by using synonyms. For example, if the examiner asks you, do you like cooking? And you answer him, yes, I like cooking. This answer is too short and basic for the examiner to reward you a good band score. Instead, you could say, of course, I am absolutely fond of cooking, especially typical Indian dishes like lentils and curries. I learned the culinary art from my mother. Did you notice how well we have used the words and avoided repetition? अब इसी के साथ साथ avoid unnecessary pauses. If you're thinking of new ideas and you have taken a pause to search for words and phrases to complete your answer, then that will be counted as negative. Why? Because it breaks your fluency. Yes, it breaks your fluency. For example, the examiner asks you about your favorite book and you start answering, but you have taken a pause in between and you are thinking of words like how the book was written. Was it nicely written, or was it beautifully written, or was it written by an eminent scholar? Then that pause will be counted as negative and it will lower your band score. Why? Because this shows the examiner that you don't have sufficient word bank. But instead, if you are looking for the name of the author by whom the book was written, that was it Mr. Jones or was it Mr. Subramaniam, then that pause won't be counted as negative and the examiner will give you some relaxation. So do not use unnecessary pauses while you are looking for correct words or sentence structure. Instead of using difficult words or words which you have to think about, it's better to use simple and clear words so that your fluency score is not hampered. Last important strategy, number 7, that is most of your sentences should be error-free. By error-free, I mean your grammar, the tenses and the correct sentence structure. For example, the examiner asks you, talk about a friend you had in the past, and you start talking about the friend you have now. Then maybe the syntax is correct, that is subject plus verb plus object, but the tense is inappropriate, because of which your band score will be lowered. So make sure you listen to the question carefully and follow the correct sentence structure. To improve your grammar, you can take grammar classes first of all. Apart from that, you can refer to a number of books available in the market for your grammar. And thirdly, listen to more and more English. Surround yourself with the language. If there will be more input, there will be more output. Apart from that, the saying goes, imitation is the best form of learning. Try to listen to a variety of podcasts, TED Talks, speeches from eminent speakers around the world. By that, you will come to know the good words as well as better sentence structure which you can refer in your speaking. तो ये थी हमारी 7 golden strategies for a band 7+ speaking. और इसके बाद भी अगर आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है स्पीकिंग में तो प्लीज़ नीचे कमेंट्स में ज़रूर लिखिए. नेक्स्ट वीडियोस हम आपकी उन्हीं प्रॉब्लम्स को एलिमिनेट करने के लिए बनाएंगे, एंड दैट इज़ अ कमिटमेंट. टिल देन, थैंक यू वेरी मच.